evening. The time is 5:30 p.m. the evening of July 14th, 2025. I'd like to call to order the regular scheduled planning and zoning meeting for the city of Middleton. My name is Matthew Watkins, planning and zoning chairman. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen, Matt.
Had to catch it. I forgot I had it on. I'm bad. All right, will the deputy clerk please do a roll call of the commissioners?
Chairman Watkins.
Present?
Commissioner Trumbull.
Here.
Commissioner Waltman.
Here.
Commissioner Gregory.
Here.
Commissioner Gibson.
Here.
Commissioner Turner. We have a quorum.
All right, we have a quorum. We may proceed. This is the time lawfully noticed for hearings scheduled for Planning and Zoning Commission for the city of Middleton, Idaho, according to the posted agenda. The deputy clerk has confirmed we have a quorum present to hear the scheduled agenda. I'd like to briefly go over testimony guidelines. We're pretty easy here tonight, gentlemen. If you got phones, just please silence them. Minimum of, keep chatter in the audience quiet. I don't think we have to worry about that tonight, so I think we're good to go. With that, we will move forward, we'll go through here. When your name is called, we come up, we give 3 minutes to give testimony. Time we don't have testimony, we're doing a design review, so we'll be good on that. With that, let's move forward to the published agenda. First off, we've got consent agenda, items of routine administrative business. Item A, consider approving minutes for the June 9th, 2025 regular meeting. B, consider approving the findings of facts, conclusion of law, and recommendation for amendment to the Middleton City Code 5-4-1, Table 1 regarding RV and mini self-storage. Everybody have a chance to review the minutes and everything? Yep. Good?
Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move we approve the consent agenda, action item 1, A and B.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Waltman, second by Commissioner Gregory. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. With that, we'll move on to action item 2, design review, application for review, permit for Scooters Coffee to be located at 430 East Main Street in the Ridley's parking lot. Madam Planner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Design Review Committee members. So Scooters Coffee is a drive-through to be located in the parking lot of Ridley's Market near the southeast corner of South Middleton Road and Highway 44. The building is 668 square feet and will be situated in an approximately half-acre size area. The building does not include an indoor or outdoor dining space. Hours of operation will be 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The business will employ 5 full-time employees and 15 part-time employees. The parcel is a vacant portion of the Ridley's parking lot. The Ridley's parcel is zoned mixed use. Restaurant, coffee shop, drive-through is an allowed use in the MU zone. The parcel is surrounded by C2 medium commercial zones and also R4 residential zone directly to the north. Middleton City Code 1-15-8-2 is our design review code. It requires that the project elevation or facade be in harmony with the townscape and surrounding neighborhood. Each building must also contain at least 4 of the following design elements: gable roof, stucco, brick rock, accenting, metal siding, timber work, or other accents or possibly a public art feature. Scooters complies with the code. It contains 4 design elements. First, a hardy siding, which is wood grain, it's horizontal. Second is a modern hardy reveal panel, which looks kind of stucco or modern. A brick veneer and also awning pop-outs, pretty significant awnings. So yeah, here we have the west-facing elevation, east-facing elevation, south-facing elevation, and I think this is the north elevation up here. This is the design board and the colors. This was also in the staff report. Scooters can be accessed off of Middleton Road or Highway 44. The wide pathway currently in the area will remain, just as it exists today. Parking stalls meet the dimensional standards, they have to be 9 by 21. Because Scooters is primarily a drive-through with no dining space, the parking stalls are sufficient to accommodate employee parking. We can ask the applicant, but I would assume there would be no more than 2 to 3 employees at any given time. Parking may also be shared with Ridley's. And you can see the ingress and egress here. They've also submitted a landscape plan, and it shows that every portion of the lot will have a hardscape or a manicured area or building. Nothing will be left undone. So the application complies with the dimension standards of the code and for that zone. If the committee is inclined to approve the application, staff recommends the following conditions of approval. If staff or city engineer finds that any frontage adjacent to the project is in need of repair, that may be required upon building permit submittal. Applicant to comply with all engineering, building department, planning, fire department, and public works comments. Landscaping cannot be irrigated with city metered water. Only pressurized irrigation shall be used, and they could probably tie into Ridley's PI. Applicant to comply with all requirements of the Canyon County Water Company with respect to pressurized irrigation. All exterior lighting must be downlit. All parking stalls must be 9 by 21. Landscape must be installed per the approved landscape plan submitted with the design review application. And I stand for questions, or we can jump straight over to applicant.
Any questions for staff?
All right.
Oh, one question.
Sure.
Sorry. Madam Planner, you said all this is within the grass area that's
A
currently
little grassy area there, yes, yeah. Let me get over to applicant's presentation here. And I gotta hit duplicate.
There it goes. It's up there.
Oh, it's up, okay. There we go. No,
No?
is that mine? That's mine.
Oh.
Let me try one more time. There we go.
Yeah.
But, okay. I have
There
to.
it goes.
There we go. That looks about right.
Alright. Okay, that should do it. Alright.
Good evening, Antonio Puntiaco, West Road, 7661 West Riverside Drive in Garden City. That's the office, actually live about 5 miles from here. The picture disappeared.
There we go.
She keeps clicking now.
So I'll keep it quick because Roberta did just a great job explaining the project. There's a couple of things I wanted to point out. As you can see, there's a portion of the grassy area. There's an existing walkway that runs on the north side of it, and there's a 10-foot buffer between the sidewalk and the drive-through. It's gonna stay as a green landscape. There's an existing easement, and everything we did is on the south side of the easement. We didn't want to encroach any into that existing walkway parking, but as Roberta told me, you better not touch, it was federally funded.
Reserve.
You would die.
So, go to the next page, please.
Okay, let me get it back
Yep.
down to where we were. And, oh. And I messed with it. Hold on, let me. Okay, let's try
Well, you
this.
can
There we go.
skip this one. This is just some basic commercial, existing proposed zone, just showing that it meets what the intent of the code is. You can go to the next page.
Yeah, those were all mentioned in the staff report.
Correct. So those are just some pictures. So you all live here, so you know what it looks like. But as a hobby, we put some picture of what this is going, what the area, what it looks like right now. You can see the walkway. You can see, what the existing landscaping is going to be. Next page, please. So this is just a blow up of the site plan. We discussed with Republic on the trash enclosure because they have recycling that defines the size of the trash enclosure. Seems big, but that's what was requested by Republic. We used to have it a little bit more straight, but they want angled because they believe they're going to access it off of Milton Road. And that's why they want to orient it that way. We have approval from them to make sure we don't end up with another problem that I caused on a different project.
Yeah.
Drainage for this site is going to be interesting. There's an existing detention basin on the northwest corner of the project. We already talked with Amy, we're going to be expanding it.
But as far as you guys are concerned, you can tell, we have a nice separation from the existing walkway. We're gonna have landscape all around it. It's gonna fit nicely. There's the big triangle in the corner where it's staying out, it's gonna stay as it is. There's existing pressure irrigation water, there's boxes on the east side of the site. And since this parcel is gonna still be owned by Ridley's, we're just leasing the parcels, then we're gonna be allowed to use the pressure irrigation system. We just modified to meet our requirements. It's gonna be drip irrigation mostly versus sprinkler head as they have right now. This landscaping plan, that just shows what we're doing. We decided to screen the trash enclosures. We're gonna put evergreens all around it. Even if the design would break and it's somewhat aesthetic, we thought that it makes sense to keep as much green as possible to screen it back. There's a few trees on the properties, none between the building and the highway, just for visibility reasons. Within the building, looks good by itself, and we don't believe that we need to put some landscaping blocking it. Next page, those are just elevations of the building. You've seen those in the last presentation. And I think that ends my presentation, and I'll stand for questions.
This has nothing to do with the design review, but is this a chain or is this a standalone or?
It's a shame. We just finished one in Nampa. We should get the seal in a couple of days.
And again, maybe not design review, but were the neighbors across the street on Middleton notified of this? I guess my concern is the hours, and I know it's not has anything to do with the
Well, 5:30 a.m. It's kind of standard for coffee shop. Allows for people going to work to grab a cup of coffee on the way. 9 p.m. is mostly designed for not for people coming back from work, but for people leaving a high school ball game to be able to. And what's going to end up happening, probably the hours are going to be changing a little bit depending on how the operations goes. But we'll keep them within the city standards for this. But to answer your question, no, we have not notified the neighbors across the street. Because we thought being a commercial site right next to Ridley, which is open, I think, from 6 to 10, it just fits.
Well, the neighbors across the street would have been notified prior to, right? Not
Yeah.
prior, they would have been notified when we did the original plan and looked at that and approved that or recommended approval to city council. So, yeah,
There's actually no neighbors. It's roadside park north of them.
yeah,
And then directly to the west is that little corner pocket park and a vacant lot. So there.
I was mostly thinking of I believe the manufactured homes. They're just right there.
Well,
But it doesn't
They're
matter.
actually quite south, but they're kind of kitty corner.
correct.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna get all the same traffic from Middleton Road and Ridley's parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with scooters. Is the red, black, and gray, are those corporate colors?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Do you sell anything besides coffee?
Pastries,
Okay.
as far as I can tell. I think they know more a lot than I do. I'm just an engineer.
Yes, we sell smoothies, we sell teas, we have what we call a blender, which is kind of like an ice cream blended drink with several different types of flavors.
Wow.
Energy drinks, yes.
All the stuff to rot your teeth and tummy.
Yeah, exactly.
And breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches, things like that.
Cinnamon rolls.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
What's your signature drink?
it's actually called Caramelicious,
Caramelicious.
yes, but you can get hot, cold, blended, yeah.
They say coffee's not good for you, but it is good for the people around me. So
Yes,
I
me
will
too.
never give it up.
Hey, it has potassium in it too,
Right?
so it is good for you.
It does. It makes you live longer if
It's
you
good
drink
in
wine.
moderation.
We do have some healthy options as well.
I'm like 12 cups at a time is my moderation.
Mine too.
All right.
I don't have any further questions.
Nope.
No, I think it looks great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commission, any discussion? I think it looks great.
That's a good spot for it.
It's a great spot for it. It's a great spot for it. It opens in. They're doing a nice job with the landscaping. I think Commissioner Gibson, I think that's something else too. I was looking at this and I totally get what you're coming from. But where they're keeping that landscaping up around too, I think that's gonna help a lot there too. And I like that they've set it back in a little bit from the road where it's gonna keep that
See
green
around it.
space and that, and it's,
We just gotta teach people that when you pull up to that light, when you're on 44,
Yeah.
right, the right lane must turn. You gotta,
Yeah.
so, you gotta,
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we had some paint on the floor.
right, some new paint on the crosswalk so that people can visit the park, walk across, get a coffee. Just saying.
I wonder what the radius is coming out and making a U-turn to get back on Middleton Road.
Not one I'm gonna try with my 1-ton, but probably with my wife's car.
it's like a 31 foot.
What's that?
We're about 30, over 30 feet.
Yeah, it says 31 feet right here.
Does it?
Yeah.
Designed on purpose, because we figure,
Other,
it's Middleton, we don't have big vehicles.
Yeah, yeah.
It just.
And you're like-
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to turn.
It's still pretty small.
And what we did also, we widened.
that's right. All right, well, with that, want to make a motion?
Chair,
Commissioner Walkmate?
I move we approve the application for design review permit from Scooter's Coffee to be located at 430 East Main Street, Ridley's parking lot with the conditions as listed in the staff report.
Yes.
Second.
All right, motion by Commissioner Walkmate, second by Commissioner Gregory. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
So we'll make it quick for you.
One more question.
Yes,
Oh,
When do you plan to get started?
as soon as they give us the permit.
that's a good answer.
But the plan is to submit within about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's the goal. The architect has already been working on this. We kind of waited just because we wanted to not make a change on the site plan. But the plan is to submit within 3 weeks and hopefully get into construction by the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Yep, that's
So
the
you should
plan.
be in business by
Put the
next summer.
applicants in there.
Uh,
About 100 days out. What's scheduled?
So like before Christmas.
Yeah, we're starting for Christmas.
We're hoping
Okay.
we're going to
Oh, and then,
be ahead of any weather.
yeah.
Nice.
You don't already have just a pre-manufactured building, you just go,
Nice, bring it in,
You know,
yeah.
they kind of,
hook it up and go.
they come as components, obviously. But there's still a lot of intricacy to the whole thing. We're opening our first one in Nampa on 11th Avenue in a couple weeks.
Yeah, hopefully the 26th.
Let's go by and check it out.
Yeah, 11th Avenue and 5th Street.
Right across from the school.
Oh, perfect place. That's cool.
Really
Not
good.
too
Yeah,
far from the
yeah,
sheriff's
yeah.
office.
Love my caffeine. Sugar.
Or Franklin to go to.
Nice.
Yeah, Midwest.
Good.
We'll have to get you to cater our inbreed for sheriff's office in the morning.
Absolutely.
They have
All
truck.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate you.
All right.
Have a
Thanks,
great
guys.
night.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, with that, we got public comments. We have no public comment this evening. Need that. Commission and staff comments. Everybody have a good 4th of July?
I have a comment or a question, and it has nothing to do with this, but I remember when the mayor was either running or had already been elected, she talked about a more cohesive style for our commercial area, and she talked about, sort of the traditional old look, like a German schmear, but everything that I've seen come before us, subsequent to that, looks more like this, or more like Mavericks, or more like McDonald's and Dickies. So has that gone by the wayside? Are we not trying to create a cohesive look in our downtown area? Or is it right now we want anything that we can get, and, which I understand, and we just let it within our components?
We can't enforce anything other than the code, and currently the code, which was actually created back when she was on P&Z with Multimate, only says they have to have 4 design elements. Doesn't say what,
And none
you
has
know,
to
any
be a wagon.
style. There's nothing about style.
Not to speak for the mayor, obviously, but I think the original intent was to focus on the restoration projects being more in the historical zone, right, the historical time frame. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was like, because we can't, like, this is a corporate design
Right, we can't change their colors or
If we
anything.
told them we had to change their colors, then they'd be like, well.
Yeah, no,
See ya.
and I
So, and right now, like Roberta said, we have a certain code we have to stick to, and I think,
She hasn't directed me to change it. She just likes kind of brick and tradition, and she just kind of would like it, but she hasn't pushed it or really tried to do it.
okay.
It could be something even, this group could say, hey, we want to fine tune our design review and change the code, and we want this.
I think with our population right now and the way, and our population, the way it's going to continue, they're looking for that, not necessarily new, but a modern look to where they live.
There's
Unfortunately.
one thing to be modern, it's another to be a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And so we're heading down the path of cookie cutter, which, you know, I don't know that that's really what we want, but at the same time, we don't want to deter any of the businesses
Right.
that are coming.
So I think a lot of, the franchises are the ones you're gonna get more of a cookie cutter design.
But then again, what about McDonald's in Eagle, right? They were in that, they're in that Albertsons Mall,
Yeah.
and they completely changed their look.
And McDonald's in Lewiston is from the 50s. Still holds the 50s look.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
there
awesome.
are,
But
there are
I wish
franchises
more
that
were that
will.
way.
The one in Eagle.
Yeah,
is
you can
actually-
force a
the one in Eagle-
franchise
Yeah.
to morph a lot your way. They'll still keep as much of their identity as they can. They don't like it, cost them money. Like you see the Les Schwab that came in, oh man, they just wanted to and we're like, nope, you're gonna add 4 elements to your Les Schwab. They just wanted CMU block and paint it green, burgundy. We're like, no, you're gonna change it.
Yeah.
So we make them, and they did a pretty good job. I don't know if I brought it to you guys yet or not. I will be, maybe, they're kind of,
yeah, there is a standard
bouncing
right now
around.
I think the city has. Is it 100%? Probably not. It's something we could look at.
I know I will say this, that Middleton currently actually has more stringent standards than a lot of towns around there.
We
We're
ask
stringent
for
on-
more.
Yeah, we're more than
Mhm.
Star. I have seen it backfire in the other way too. There was a time when Eagle, the city of Eagle, made a very, 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 very stringent design code, and they wanted, it was like
it was a book, it was
Yeah.
a supplement, and the committee, it was like making a federal case to get your child out of jail, to just, I mean,
and they said-
it was
yeah.
seriously hard to deal with Eagle.
Now the advantage they had at that time was that no businesses wanted to come to Star or Middleton or that. It was Eagle kind of they had a good. like I
Right.
said,
They had the
and
connection.
Eagle, the city of Eagle almost died. Like it was about a 30-year term where it was a rough after that bypass, but they got it back up, and they kind of loosened the reins a little bit. And I agree with you, Commissioner Gibson. You know, it is a slippery slope. You don't be cookie cutter, but I think we've got a good start. Like I said.
And I think as we're looking through these, if businesses want to sit right next between 2 other businesses, and you get one that looks like this, right? And they want to sit between some that decided they wanted to stay in the roaring 30s, right? And they were having a good time.
Right.
They have a good design review, and they're the ones, you've got 2 or 3 businesses going with that design, and then this guy says, I want to put this straight ass box right in the middle of, nope.
Then you have more room to say
Then
no.
we can say, no, it doesn't fit the design of the area, it doesn't fit the,
That's one of the criteria, it has to kind of live in harmony, so we could always default to that if it just got nasty, you know?
Then my other question has to do more with, you know, we're not getting any subdivisions in, right, because of the ordinance.
thank you.
Yeah, and is this a good time for us to start focusing on the infrastructure issues regarding the roads that we control? Now, do we control any of our north-south roads?
And
We
then
do. We
1/3 of the roadways belong to the city.
Anything in city limits, we will control it, if it's the north-south approach to 44.
So,
Sometimes only half the street though, like one side will be, the east side will be HD4 and will be the west side, it's odd.
like,
Like at Duff and Emmett, basically, we split it.
does it make any sense, and we may not even be able to afford to do any of this, but to start looking at creating roads that actually can handle the traffic that we have coming when those 3,600 homes that are still waiting to be built are built, because that's one of the biggest things that we see people talking about is the lack of infrastructure. When they talk about infrastructure, they're not talking about wastewater plants, they're talking about roads. Our 2-lane roads that are handling, and not well, 200, 300, 400 home subdivisions.
So any subdivision that's coming in is going to do half road improvements.
But
by
there's
code.
still 3,600 homes that are done and approved that we are still.
So we know there's some road improvements coming.
Yeah. We can't really make them do more than what's kind of adjacent to their parcels.
And that's why I'm asking regarding the city.
Yeah.
How do we address, if we have a lull in construction, which we do right now, how do we improve the city to handle the construction that's already been approved and what will come eventually again?
We do have some monies that we've collected through Midstar and other like pro rata traffic fees but they're really, they have to be designated for things that are on a CIP, a capital improvement plan. And they're big intersections. We're talking $2 and $3 million. We have to collaborate with H24. We have to collaborate with ITD oftentimes. And nothing is simple. I guess the short answer is nothing is simple. Either the developer's going to do it as part of their subdivision, or we're going to pull it out of our Midstar pot. But then we're working with ITD for sure, or H24. And a traffic signal now is close to $3 million.
Oh, yeah, and I'm not talking about any traffic signals. I'm talking about creating wider, 2 lanes instead of 1 lane.
Or-
4 lanes instead of
Or
2.
how about making a short connection between 2 dead ends? That would allow you to go
Like Meadow Park.
9th Street to Middleton Road.
So we prefer that the developers actually build those at their cost, adjacent to their parcels. If we start building those things, we can't use Midstar money because they're not on the CIP, capital improvement plan. So we have to take the money out of our measly little purse. And believe me, we're talking millions of dollars. Roads are so expensive. The taxpayers can't fund it. We don't have the money.
I think one of the easiest ways to do that, to determine what your cost to repair is or cost to improve, would be like the engineer, if they had time, right? I'm not saying do this, I'm just saying, like, this is a way to do it, is to look at what you own, to pull up a city map. What do we own? What is going to be developed? What does the future look like for these roads on their development? And then what's left over? And whatever's left over is what you would start to figure out. Look, we're never going to have construction or a new build on this property. We know that this road is not going to be improved by a developer. That would be a focus of the city. So now we know that this road is not going to be improved by a developer. And then you would whittle down, like, this is how much work we actually have compared to this is how much work we have.
But couldn't we get a loan from the state and then to build it now, and then when development comes through?
We filed bankruptcy and
That
make
way.
that pay.
They wouldn't be loans, they would be bonds that taxpayers would pay off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is a messy business, it's a slow business. It either gets done by the developers, if they wanna come here, they pay for our roads, or it gets done by a capital improvement plan in Midstar, but not everything's on Midstar. A few rare little pieces are stuck in that twilight zone between the two, where neither will cover it. The city's gonna have to step up and do those, but those are really small sections.
So that would be like 9th Street, the completion of.
Yeah, maybe portions of 9th Street. We don't want to do that. You can't afford it. No, taxpayers can't afford it. We don't have the budgets. The state has put a cap on us, and so it's none of this is easy. When you're on the inside like you are, you can see that. Yeah, people are like, why can't we just do it? But when you're on the inside, you go like, there are no tools, there are no money.
Don't you have a tractor?
Well, I was
I
at
do.
a meeting with,
I mean, I can
Make a dirt road?
Tammy
I can fix
Nichols.
some roads.
What was that?
I was at a meeting with Mike Moyle and Tammy Nichols, and they were discussing, was it 839 or whatever, that,
Yeah,
and the idea.
that was a killer. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike Moyle. Mhm.
And everybody there talked about how do we mitigate damage that's been done, and his only answer was, it's hard. Well, all of this is hard, and that's what you're hired for.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do the right thing.
It's not hard for Nampa, Meridian, or Boise, boy, is it hard for Wilder, Middleton, Parma. All of us little guys just got killed.
Yep.
I mean, and we didn't have big budgets to begin with, you know, and then we have growth that far exceeds our budget allowance.
Right.
And I don't know how you fix that. Every year the city we just muddle through the best we can.
It's funny where those representatives live too.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. So streets and things we would love to get to, there was literally no money for it, other than the 2 processes. And I like to make the developers pay for it.
Right.
And
But you
that's-
have to let them in. You have to give their plats. So it's the cart before the horse, but believe it or not, it's almost the only way to get those streets cut. And there's pain.
Well, and just like Commissioner Gibbs, like you're saying too, like with that, just like Madam Planner speaking too, with that, where those come through, the biggest, road construction itself is expensive. But to go, especially from the 2 lane, the way that Middleton's set out, the way our land works here in town, the way we're platted, and especially when you have these old properties that have been there for a while, is the way they own and the ground they own. So it's land acquisition.
Right.
Yeah, so then they have to purchase,
That's the
easement, the
hard
city has to purchase.
Yeah.
So
Or we have to
anything-
sue to get the land if
Yeah.
we're gonna clean up something. Then that'll take 2 years just to do the lawsuit.
Right, and even
cost-
out in the
and
desert,
cost money.
where I work out in the desert, we've been dropping bombs on that desert since March of 1941. And if I want to move a rock, not a joke, if I want to move a rock to the side of the road, I have to get an easement from the state.
We'll blow it over the other side.
We usually do run it over the tank, nobody argues. But, like, it's that ridiculous just to move something.
Well, I had a feeling that was gonna be your answer, but the answer is no until you ask, right?
No.
Yeah, no, there's no easy solution, and most people just don't understand it. They hate developers, and but they don't understand that that's actually probably our best way to get stuff done. They're very nimble developers. It's painful for a while, but they can get things done at half the cost and in half the time. When we build it, the city, oh my gosh, it's a major operation.
Yeah, you're paying for the gold hammer.
Slow, double the cost, because it's city, you know, state. No
Like insurance
easy
claims.
solutions.
I had a minor flood in my house
Oh, yeah, that's
back in
going.
February.
I'd like to see more buried power lines too.
Is
You'd
it
like
done
to see,
yet?
yeah.
More buried power lines.
I would too, they're unsightly and,
Totally.
yeah.
And we own the infrastructure, so now we.
And not, nothing like going down the middle of a road and seeing power lines on both sides.
Yeah.
Forever. It's like driving to Arizona.
Yeah.
Just like,
Drive down 44 on the way to
That's about all
Sonoma.
you have to look at
yeah.
driving to Arizona. Those power
Yeah.
lines.
Perfect. Well, do we have anything else? Any other comments, questions, concerns? All right. Well, if we're good with that,
Alrighty.
we'll adjourn
Thank
this